Hello, if you haven't met me before, my name's Bronwyn White, and I'm being joined today by travel sales guru, Nicole O'Sullivan, and she's going to help me in the moderation today and help with the comments. So when I go to do a masterclass, and I want to give as much as I can, which is why I've given the time for a masterclass today. It's a big topic. It's a new topic. And what I'm going to do today is talk through what's called generative AI. So you've heard AI is this big umbrella, and under that, there's all different AI. And on top of that is machine learning. I'm not going to go through what it is philosophically, but I'm going to show you how it's changed my life, changed my world, and hopefully will change yours. So I'm going to go through that lens. The context I'm going to give you today is, many of you know my background is traveler research. So I've been in the travel industry for a long time, and it's going to be all about implementing research findings, creating travel marketing assets, saving time, increasing our productivity. And I am at the end, if you want to stick around, going to give you an offer. So if you've not come across me before, I've been in the travel industry for a really long time, 30 plus years. And I started my years at Qantas, and I was at Qantas for about 15 of those years. And more recently, I am the founder of a company called the Travel Marketing Machine. So what I've been able to do is, with AI, created a machine, if you like. It's a proven system that consistently works with travel marketing regardless the size of your business. And that works. I've worked with businesses and destinations of all sizes. So I've worked with small councils, small B&Bs, and I've worked with huge destinations and global cruise lines as well. What I've developed here with AI, and what you can do is, I guess, if you're a smaller business, it's making what was only accessible to the big guys because they have the deepest pockets. It's making that stuff accessible to you with smaller pockets and no time. So that's what's so exciting about AI. Now, I've been a travel researcher for the last 20 years or so. So what that means is that I've literally interviewed and surveyed thousands of travelers all around the world about how they plan and research and make bookings for travel. So in that time, I've advised hundreds of travel brands and destinations, as mentioned, of all sizes, grow their brands, grow their business. And more recently, you may know me as someone who's specialized in the high spending travelers of baby boomers. So that's where it's all at now. My focus is generally on high spending travelers. They're not only high spending travelers, they take multiple trips every single year, both domestic and international. So that's where I come from. And why am I here if I've been in the travel industry for so long? I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd as well. So not only is marketing and travel my hobby, I tried to get out of it during COVID, which a lot of us went out and got paid a whole lot more in different industries. I just kept coming back because I just love it. But more recently, of course, with AI, and I've always had an interest in technology and marketing technology. So when AI happened nearly 2 years ago, ChatGPT was launched, I went all in because I was just so fascinated. So I've got that background, but I've also been doing a lot of training, not even really university, because this area is so new. But I've been learning from some pretty serious, amazing, nerdy brains. And I've learned from the chief AI architect from Stern University in New York. I belong to a mastermind in America. If you've ever heard of Brian Tracy, he's an absolute sales guru. He's 82 years old. And all he knows is that AI is going to change the world. So he has brought in the greatest minds in America of AI, and I'm in that learning from that mastermind, which is a massive opportunity. So I've invested in myself a huge amount of training because I want to, it was a light bulb moment to me. What has happened is traveler research was quite inaccessible to smaller businesses, medium to smaller businesses. What this has done is that it's allowed me to bring it to you no matter how big or small your business is. It's truly amazing. And whatever your thoughts are right now, it really is going to change the world. And right now, it's going to give you a chance to really grow your business faster than we ever have before. And that's what today is all about. So it's helping us tackle the fact that we have no time or money as an industry generally, but more time than anything because travel's booming, right? But it's the time factor. So there's so much here in regards to getting time back, efficiency, and getting time back in order to create better experiences, better travel products for your clients. So what I've done here, just to help you frame the way that I see what they call generative AI. And just very quickly, generative AI, Gen AI, is a suite of products like Claude, like ChatGPT, like Gemini. So it's those AI tools with an interface, and you type your prompts into it and get your answer. That is generative AI. So when you hear, that's what we're talking about today, and in particular ChatGPT. But I'm learning from these amazing, really, as humans, we really do have to shift the way that we think, because what AI is, it's something that we've never encountered before. It's not something that is going to be in place of something else. So there are challenges in learning this stuff, and that requires a mind shift. Most people prompt generative AI. So you prompt ChatGPT, you do so with what could come next or what should come next. You want an answer. But where AI starts to come alive is when you're creating something unique, something that wouldn't have been achieved without a human and a machine collaboration. And that's what I've done with the travel marketing machine. I've been able to collaborate and create something that has never been possible before. How I want you to think about AI and using ChatGPT in the future, because the way you're using it right now is very limited, let me tell you, and it can be used to create so much more for you. Hopefully I can help you do that. And another thing we hear that it's going to take our jobs, and we hear this a lot, but I love this quote. It's AI won't take your job, but people who use AI will take your job. So honestly, you guys, by being here on this masterclass, are one step ahead of everybody else, because you've got to be here, you've got to learn about it. And it just empowers you to make yourself more efficient, more scalable, less expensive, and more automated. It's a massive time saver. It also allows you to be more creative as well. So, do we have any questions at this point before I go into how I've incorporated it? Any comments you want to share, or am I good to go?
You're good to go. Let's get into it.
Okay. So what I've done is I've created the travel marketing machine, and I've talked about this a lot. People have said, I know you've got this machine, but what is it? That's really hard to articulate because we've never had anything like this before. So it's a brand new program, and what it does is it efficiently aims to grow a business or a destination and supply you with a consistent flow of inquiries, bookings, repeat customers, and referrals. We've always been able to implement these tactics to do this, but what happens with AI is it is easier, cheaper, and faster than ever before. And that's what's so amazing. So what used to take me hundreds and hundreds of hours of a project with a client might take me a couple of days. So freeing up that time enables us to be more creative. So it's a system. and it helps travel businesses and destinations grow, not as a one-off, no peaks and troughs, which is what we're used to in the travel industry. It delivers a steady flow of inquiries and bookings every week so your pipeline doesn't get dry, and we leverage generative AI for productivity, efficiency, and time savings. So the system I've created with my research does all the heavy lifting for you. You don't have to just use the travel marketing machine. It's possible, but just at different quality points. So what I teach you today in the travel marketing machine, you can do in ChatGPT. But the difference is that the travel marketing machine has all of my many years of research. I've been able to customize it with traveler research. And that's what makes it next level. Over 30 years of being in the industry, we have similar problems no matter what vertical we live in when it comes to travel. We really want to try and avoid that typical travel and tourism business model, the default feast and famine. It's so exhausting where you're busy one point and then it's nothing, busy, nothing. And generally, this is because of stuff that's completely out of your control. Seasonality, economic uncertainty, the pandemic, and then we've got wars. The world is uncertain. What I wanted to bring to you, and it's possible via AI, is just stability, just to try and get some stability in your sales and marketing process, and just so that you can keep serving travelers no matter what happens in the world. So it's adaptable. So the travel marketing machine solves three key barriers to consistent growth that are common to most businesses in travel and tourism today, whether you're here in Australia or somewhere else in the world. So what we're going to do is solve three problems and get rid of those obstacles, give them the three solutions under one plan and one system to grow those bookings consistently all year round with steady flow of inquiries that you can translate into bookings. So the AI means you can execute this system and plan faster than ever before without losing quality. So pretty much the central goal of everybody in this room is bookings. We want to get bookings all year round consistently. We need to get inquiries to get bookings. If you're a destination, you need to get visitors. So we abide by the same principles, whether we're in the travel or the tourism industry. It's all about getting people, bums on seats, getting bookings, getting those visitors in there. Agreed? Let's take a closer look at these three problems that we all have. And these are barriers to consistent growth, whether you're targeting visitors or whether you're targeting bookings. These are the universal truths and barriers that I've come across. We have who to target, no insight. We need to know what marketing actually works to get bookings. And we're all really time poor in our industry. And when we throw time and money at marketing tactics, a lot of the time we're getting a low ROI, or worse, we don't even know what the ROI is. So to get more bookings, we need to remove these problems and barriers. So we've got these three problems here in red, and we've got the three solutions. So we go through to having no real insight into how travelers book. We need to actually supply you with insight. We need to know what marketing works to get bookings. We need to know about automation and how we can save time. And we need to know what marketing is going to deliver a high ROI, not just on money, but on your time. Time is just as important. So let's remove that first barrier where you're unsure if you're making the right decisions for your business. So you have no insight about traveler behavior or purchase behavior. So thinking about this, are you attracting the wrong clients who don't spend? Do you really understand the complex nature of the traveler customer journey? And this is something that I've studied for a really long time. It's really complex, and I'm going to show you in a moment. Are you chasing trends instead of understanding your ideal traveler? And do you have access to the latest research and insight beyond the odd conference? I know I am. We're all guilty, aren't we, of going to a conference, going, yeah, that was a great presentation, and talking about it in the breaks. And then you go off to the office and do absolutely nothing about it. Who's guilty? Yes. I don't want to name and shame. So just to give you an indication of the traveler customer journey. So this is something that I used to create for my clients. It's 8 stages. I've only got 7 in here. So it's complicated, basically. As a travel and tourism industry professional, you probably don't even know how that the number of hours they're putting into researching travel before they even come to you or come and visit your website if your accommodation. What we found is they're putting hundreds of hours of research into travel, into their plans before they even connect with your hotel or your tours or you as a travel agent. And if you're a travel agent, they will still put in those hundreds of hours of research. And what I found with the travelers too is that they are much more internet savvy and tech savvy than the general population, because they know that's where the deals and where the inspiration lay. Travelers, no matter how old they are tech savvy. They will spend, and particularly the boomers after COVID, what COVID did is turbocharge their internet usage because they had nothing else to do. They didn't have to pick up their kids from school, their grandkids from school, or they couldn't go and play golf or go to cafes or dance classes. They just literally had to sit at home and plan their travels for the next 10 years. And that's something that I talk about within the Travel Marketing Machine group. In the travel marketing machine system and model here, we lay the foundations. We identify the traveler research you need to look at. We create your ideal traveler, and we break it down by the 8 stages of the traveler customer journey. If you don't lay your marketing foundations, if it cracks, if it's not measured correctly, you risk it falling down, just like your house. So if these things are not in place, you will fall down in everything else you do from here on. And let me tell you that the way that travelers are planning and booking travel is very different now than to what it was in before COVID. So there's some amazing opportunities for you here. In the travel marketing machine, I've been able to put all of my research on opportunities that I've identified, like solo travelers, women travelers, and intergenerational travelers, and analyze and understand what makes the most profitable travelers tick. We focus only on profitable trends, profitable niches within the 8 stages of the customer journey, and we create your ideal traveler persona. And this is something that you can use ChatGPT to do. So I've created special persona creation ChatGPTs for people within the travel marketing machine. So we've got lots of custom GPTs within there that you can use. So what this has enabled me in my business is that again, analyzing trends from research. So from when you go and interview travelers to when I work with a client and create tasks literally down to the jobs day to do, it would have taken potentially months. This can be done in days now. It's incredible. It's changed everything that I do. So the result is, at the end of all this, and you can do your research through ChatGPT easily to be 100% confident that you know who your ideal traveler is, what makes them tick. You'll have those strong foundations for your marketing. Therefore, you'll be efficient on ROI on time and money. And moving forward on any decisions to do with your business will just flow really nicely and elegantly. So removing the second problem here, uncertainty about what marketing works. So again, this is something that I see a lot within the travel industry. I see a lot of my industry friends spending many hours on organic social media. There's a lot of research suggesting that it inspires people to travel, but when it comes to booking travel, it just doesn't cut the mustard. And there's a lot of research suggesting now that organic social media does not really result in bookings at the end of the day. So you're spending most of your time on there because it's something that you're really familiar with. We use Facebook, Instagram at home with all our friends, but it's not necessarily the best way to market. So you might have paid for ads that have brought in no bookings, or worse, you don't even know if it's brought in bookings. And you might just have no time for marketing. We've all heard that before as well. So you've done digital marketing courses, but not the end game of bookings. They're just digital marketing courses. So there's a lot of time and energy and funds being spent on marketing that really doesn't result in inquiries and bookings. And then there's just the tyranny of choice that we have. There's just so much choice. Shiny object syndrome. You've heard that, haven't you? We need to have focus. One of the things that I've been able to turbocharge with AI is executing on the highest ROI marketing tactics for you right now. And that is content marketing and everything surrounding that. Now, the reason content marketing becomes more important than ever is because your high spending travelers, high frequency travelers are spending those hundreds of hours researching travel. So your travel brand needs to have content, really good, useful, relevant, helpful content. And can I dare say, not shit content that sounds like everybody else. And shit content that sounds like everybody else is more common than ever before because of ChatGPT. So that's one thing I do in the travel marketing machine. I tell it what not to say. So I don't want to have not see another uncover your travel dreams or unlock your ideal destination. Please don't do that. But content is essentially really important. Content, and what this has done for me in creating content, I used to write. And so what I would do is I would list all of my trends and insights for my client, match it with their brand and with their brand book and what they're trying to do. Very manual task. And then I would write or have one of my travel writers create beautiful blogs, articles, emails, yes, Facebook posts. But it was a task. It was expensive and it was time intensive. It would take sometimes months. But this will take literally days now. Again, it's the efficiency, the productivity, because what I've been able to do is create the travel marketing machine. You work with the custom GPT interface, which is the same as ChatGPT. We can match that with your travel brand, any words and phrases, any tone that you like. And also we can create the content based on my content pillars that I have researched and uncovered throughout the years that really resonate with your ideal traveler. So all that sits behind. So literally the push of a button, you can create your entire content marketing plan for the year. It's freaking amazing. So that's where we're at. So it will things that would have taken you 6 months or a year or never get done. That's what we're dealing with. So with content marketing, you need to prove to your ideal traveler that they can trust you, that you have a good reputation, that you stand with some sort of authority, you are genuinely helpful, particularly if you're a travel agent these days. But people that use travel agents love their travel agents because they're either a specialist in a particular experience type, a destination or cruise, or you have been there and you are showing your skills and your knowledge, your deep knowledge to your ideal traveler. And what we can do is get all that into your blog site, your emails, your socials, press releases. We can get that in really quickly. One of my clients, she's a travel agent. She used the travel marketing machine to create a press release about one of her clients she was a 92-year-old client that went on a Antarctic cruise and got picked up by an over 50s magazine as a writer. It was published first to the Queensland, then the New South Wales, and then it was published all around Australia. And she got, again, who would have put out a press release or sent something to a magazine? You just didn't have the time to do that, or the funds to go to a PR agency, for example, to do that. Makes it very accessible now. So the third problem that you're likely spending time and money on sales and marketing, but can't see the bookings and can't see the results. You either have a poor ROI or worse, no idea of the ROI. I think we're all a bit guilty of that, including myself. No time to check your ROI. You're using tactics because you've done a course on it, or you're using some sort of marketing tactic because your friends do it. You have no idea if anyone sees it, but you just spread too thin every single day. It's that kind of roller coaster of our industry that sends us a bit crazy sometimes, means that we can't be consistent with this marketing stuff that's going to make us consistent sales all year round. So what AI is doing now is it makes it easier for you to execute on these tasks because you just don't need as much time. You can, in as little as an hour a week, you can really, once you're really trained and do it well, that's all you need. And then there's the analysis of paralysis, where you've got all this choice and you're analyzing everything and questioning everything. Generative AI as a strategy partner, as a think tank, as a business partner, you've really got someone there, another human, if you like, to talk to about your opportunities. So again, looking at solving that problem and using evidence-based tactics, you need to be able to track every single dollar and hour of your time to that booking. So do not use it if you can't do that. And that's one of the things that we do in the travel marketing machine. So what I advocate is that you build or you activate your email list and sell from that email list. And that's where the magic happens. So we bring in all the inquiries, all the leads, we send out our emails. Are you looking at your email stats? Probably not. Are you looking to see who's opened your emails, who's opened it twice, who's opened it 10 times? If someone's opened your email 10 times, 15 times, that means they've sent it on to their friends. That's not one booking, that's probably 5 bookings. It's one of the things that we do in this, but it's one of the things that you should be doing anyway and that you can do by yourself. Email marketing we use because the stats are variable, but the ROI is anywhere between $38 to $42 to every dollar you spend. And we can track that. And what we do with Gen AI is we can create 10 emails at a time based on X number of topics, put that into your MailChimp account, whatever account you like, automate them so that your database is getting those emails, the same sequence, same space of time every week, regardless of when they come into your world. So whenever you have a quote come through, you've given that quote, put them on your list, make sure they get these 10 emails and make sure you track them and see who's opened, and then get on the phone. So I'm not saying this is easy. It's easier than it ever has been before, but it does require some work as well. And again, AI has made it so much easier. I know I keep saying this. What would have taken you 6 months to a year will now take you a couple of months. It's that amazing. So the result at the end of it is just a consistent flow of bookings and inquiries coming through all year round. And you can see it's not rocket science. It's stuff that's always been there. It's stuff that I've advocated. But the fact is that you can get this happening and done sooner and quicker and faster and better. The quality is much better than ever before. And here's the thing with AI and with ChatGPT and anything that you use, even with the travel marketing machine, I say that it'll take you 70% there. You always have the gold is when you come in and put your voice, your tone into and on top of what it's created already, because that's what's going to make you stand out as a brand. So never lose sight. And if you go back to that quote about humans that use AI are going to be the ones that win in the end. But you've always got to humanize your output. Whatever you get, you need to have those human eyes go over it. And I'm sure that you're seeing what I'm seeing is that we're seeing a lot of content that doesn't have those human eyes because it sounds all the same. So if you're reading travel content for a really long time at the moment, and this is where you can really, if you are already creating content on ChatGPT, don't accept what it gives you straight away and get rid of all those overused terms and terminologies. Put in what you've seen on a famil, put in what you've experienced on that cruise. The one thing that you can do that ChatGPT can't do is that you can put in what it feels like, put in what it smelt like. What did it smell like when you walked past that restaurant on the Amalfi Coast, that garlic you had to walk in? So there's things that you need to put on top of what you create in generative AI that really makes your brand stand out and your content. And so when they're going through the content on your blog, your website, or your emails, they're going to see and feel what you felt when you were there. So I've touched on how it's helped me and how it can help you. The mind shift is that I don't talk about using AI. I talk about collaborating with AI and talking to it like it's a human, talking to it like it's my new highly intelligent marketing assistant who has no social skills whatsoever. And so I've been able to take all these years that I've learned about traveler behavior, traveler research insight, and put it all behind this little system and push a button and it creates amazing things, amazing strategies and content and travel stories and gives me great cases and examples. It can research my itineraries for me. And it's just truly amazing. And it's accessible to everybody. It's accessible to you, even if you haven't had a go or you've just dabbled in it. I want to point out that my wisest student, I call her my wisest student, is 73 years old. She's a 73-year-old tourism operator with a bed and breakfast in country New South Wales. And she is absolutely awesome. She's all over this because she can see what's possible. She can see that for her, who's an operator who is old school, she's doing all the gardens. Her and her husband are doing the gardens, they're doing the guest relations, they're doing the cleaning, they're doing everything. What this means is that she can create marketing campaigns to bring more people in. She's pet friendly, they advertise on TV, but what we've been able to do, she advertises on regional TV, is we've created her a lead magnet on pet friendly, where's pet friendly around her region. And what that means is that when they come to her website after seeing the ad, they can download the lead magnet. So she therefore now has their email addresses, and before she didn't have that. So it's a very simple way of explaining just being able to do those things that you never had time to do before. But you can create much, much bigger things. So what we can do right now is potentially take it to a spin, and I can show you how I use it.
Before you do that, I've got two amazing questions from Michelle Collard if you wanted to hear those.
Go for it.
So the first question from Michelle was, how can we find the right Australian clients directly that fit our target market? We have sold locally with good results, but need expanding beyond Coffs Harbour and around Australia for personal escorted safari tours to Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa.
I think that's Gary. Look, you can. It's not easy. You have to have a web page. You need to have a blog. You need to be able to be found. You need to create that database. You start off, it's with your family and friends, basically. You need to start collecting email addresses, and we address that in the travel marketing machine in the program, which I'll take you through a little bit later on. You focus on emotional content. Now, with your product, I've seen it, I have had a look at it, and you guys are amazing. You are ex-game park owners or operators. You have an inside knowledge that nobody else has. How are you telling people about it? You need to have all this on your website. And when you travel at that cost is such a high involvement purchase. That's what I mean. They're going to go to the internet. They're going to go and do lots and lots of research and compare you with other brands. Once you get them there, you need to have them on your website, your asset, so that they can research you.
Awesome.
If that helps.
That goes into our next question, because it said, how do you establish who is the best target market for our tour business for collaboration, and what's the best way to approach such organizations?
Look, I'm going to talk about the boomer boom. The over 50s, the over 55s, retired, semi-retirees are your market. Awesome. Without a doubt.
So sit tight, Michelle.
Without a doubt.
Stay on board.
And it's a numbers game. There's more of them than anybody else, and they've got more money and they've got more free time. So they've got the free time, and that is something that you need to take a long trip to Africa.
Love it. Thank you.
Next one.
I'll keep you.
All right. Does anybody want me to do something with their business? I can hot seat this. I can be spontaneous and crazy and just, does anybody want to volunteer their business, and we can do some travel marketing machine bits and bobs? Do we have anyone?
Any volunteers?
Volunteers.
Sure.
Where's Sarah? What's your business?
Oh, I've got, yep.
Now, here's the thing. I've done prompt engineering and all that sort of stuff. The best way to use ChatGPT is on your phone. Sarah, do you have a website? Remember.
Yep. Get that.
All right. You should all be using ChatGPT on your phone. If you're already on ChatGPT, download it on your phone and talk into it. Your prompting will be so much more richer by explaining it to that person that's sitting in your phone for them to strategize.
Game changer.
It's a game changer. I love it. I don't stop talking to it. Make sure you talk to it every single day. I'm sharing my screen.
Multitasking.
Oh my God. I know. It's a bit sad, isn't it? Okay, I am going there. See, I'm holding my phone. Okay, so can you see my travel marketing machine?
Yes, we can.
Okay, okie dokie. Let me go over here. So when you have a custom GPT, I'll just show you here. It lives here on the left-hand side. So this is your normal ChatGPT interface. Today, we are working with a company called Journey on Travel. And we're going to create a strategy for the next 12 months in 2025 for them to maximize their revenue and sales and bookings. Right. Let me show you. So what I'm going to do now is just refresh it so that you can see what's on the phone. And to do that, I will need to go in here. So on the left-hand side, 12-month strategy plan. So what I've just done on my phone, I just refreshed and it's come here. To move your little faces. So you can see up at the top is the prompt I just spoke to. It's here now. So to create a 12-month content strategy, it's going to follow the 8 stages of the traveler customer journey, which I've put in behind here. Let's have a look. So the audience, solo travelers, we need to define that. Understanding brand voice. So it's given us the content plan framework, deliverables. So these are our 8 stages: dreaming, trigger, planning, booking, anticipation. It's for each stage. So it's going to deliver you 4 blog titles optimized for SEO and addressing your audience. It'll give us 8 social media posts, 2 posts per blog, and it will give you an email campaign per blog with subject lines. Subject headings are the most important part of your email strategy. If you don't have an amazing subject line, no one's going to open your email. You know this yourself. You don't open a lame, as the kids say, a lame-o subject line, do you? So what I will do now, I'm going to say yes. So Sarah, is there any particular focus? Are we going to focus on the over 50s or boomers? What have we got, Nicole?
Sarah, what do you got?
Might as well do a good.
Sarah's focused on luxury, elite, unique experience, but high end.
Okay.
Yeah. 40 to 60-year-old travelers, average dollar per file is 100K. There you go. I remembered, Sarah.
Our target audience is luxury, high-end luxury travelers aged between 40 and 60 years old who are seeking unique experiences and hard to find locations, for example. Can you further refine the strategy? And with this, sometimes you've probably heard about hallucinations. Sometimes it hallucinates. It's still going, so I will bring it up in just a moment. You're going to love this. This is just, I love it. It will wow. And it reminds me, if you want, when I show you my offer, we are going to have a half a day or a full day of all-in strategizing, potentially between Christmas and New Year, where we're just going to nail it, nail your year, your content. And you can do that wherever you are during that period. But most of the time, we're just avoiding family. Okay. Let's go back up to the top. So you can see there the prompt with my stumbles. So it takes out the stumbles and it gives me a reverse brief as well. So luxury travelers, so at the dreaming stage. So dreaming, they're thinking about it. They're imagining, thinking 6 months down the track, I need a holiday, but it's just there. They're thinking about it. So you might want to start sending emails about just inspire aspirational travel. Off the radar, luxury retreat. So it's giving us the blog titles now. 5 luxe destinations you've never heard of, but will fall in love with. Hidden coves to private islands. How luxury travel is evolving. It's got your social media too for each blog. So that's just, so at the moment, it's just giving us a framework to work with, and you tell it whether you want to change it or whether you want to go with it. So again, so with the content themes, I can see that's taking it from my research that sits at the back here because I've got the content pillars that people like. So we talk about, yeah, this sort of stuff. Luxury travel inspired by movies, books, or historical events. Private palaces and hidden havens. Oh, celebrate life's milestones in opulence. Yes, please. Inspired by cinema, luxury. You can go and stay in the Pineapple Suite. Who's seen that one? What's it called? Lotus. What is it? Something. What's it? White Lotus or one of those?
Oh, White Lotus, yes.
Yeah. Remember that? The Pineapple Suite. So, Sarah, what are you thinking?
How does it sound to you? This is amazing and it's blowing my mind.
We're still going. And then there's more. So we've got post-booking, en route, in destination, post-trip sharing. First of all, it's asking us if we like what it's given. And then it's saying, would you like me to refine, or do you want to focus on pre-booking? So it's actually given us the stages before booking. And then there's the after booking stages, which are equally as important, asking us how granular it wants to go. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we do another one?
Does anyone else want
For
to?
travellers or?
Suzanne Holden had one. Her business is Icon Adventures.
Today, we are working with a company called Icon Adventures, and we are going to create a content marketing plan for 2025 to increase bookings for that period. So what I'm going to do, can you find Icon Adventures on Bing? Okay, it's found you.
Yay!
I'll show you what it's given me. So with ChatGPT and the travel marketing machine, it can search the internet now. But it has for a long time. You just had to ask for it, and it's providing the sources here. Australian, is this them? Is this you, Suzanne?
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it is. Okay. Yes, this is the company. Can you now create a content marketing plan, and so that we can increase the bookings? Uh, mm. So what it's doing, and I'll show you in a moment, it's going to your website and picking out your tours, Suzanne, for you. And it's matching those tours with my content pillars that sit behind here to create content ideas. And what's great about that is that when it creates these blog posts, it's going to match the most research, the things that travelers love most about their travel. It's going to match that with your tours and your brand and talk about that. So that's what it's picking. It's not random. This is where we use that evidence-based marketing, that research and insight to inform your blog pieces. So what that means is when they land on your site, they're going to read about your tours and your destinations and go, oh yeah, they really get me. They understand me. So here we go. Icon Adventures on the left-hand side here. Go up. So yeah, here it is. It's found you. So I've asked it to create the plan. So again, it's gone through where will your feet take you, how hiking transforms your perspective. So that's one of the findings in my research, is that it's never talked about on any other site, how travel transforms you as a person. And travel is a transformational experience. It makes you a different person. You are a different person from when you went, before you went. And hiking really does that as well. So I think it's amazing. It's pulled that stuff out. I feel these are all your tours, packing guides. Okay, so this is in destination, Sri Lanka. Stories. So what I might do is I'm going to ask it to focus more on the experiences. I want you to focus more on providing content around experiences that Icon Travel creates for travelers using the content pillars in the background. Let me see. So you can go and tell it what to do, and if you're not happy, I think it could do better with that one. Yeah, this is good. I'll show you. So you're getting the gist. Do we have questions or observations, Nicole?
No questions, just lots of wows and lots of amazings.
Okay. So I'll go through I'll just show you this and then we'll go through the rest of it.
Suzanne said she feels guilty asking it to do it again. She feels like she's being mean to it. I always say thank you and please to it.
So the local immersion, there's local immersion, there's local immersion. It's more and more difficult for travelers to meet local people in their travel. As silly as that sounds, it's harder and harder to actually meet locals, especially if you're on a tour or something along those lines. So it's really good if you can showcase how that can happen. And again, this comes from the research, how you can provide experience. If you're running trips to Botswana and you used to operate those parks, you would have so many different contacts that no other operator has. And they will probably get a perspective from you that's closer than any other operator because you've got those personal connections. The culture, history, and heritage, temples, nature landscapes and topography. And that's one thing that comes through more and more in the research, especially the high spending travelers. They have a true appreciation for landscapes and topography. Animals in their natural environment as well is a huge focus. So travel adventures. So people talk a lot about finding themselves through travel. It's a spiritual growth opportunity. And I see this particularly around solo travelers or newly divorced females who use a travel experience to find out who they are and reconnect with themselves and find themselves again, which is often the case with divorcees.
Bit of eat, pray, love.
Yeah, all righty. So lots of wows. Do you get the gist now? It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. I have a question just around when you say, because obviously a lot of us have used ChatGPT before, so it's saying what you need to really stand out is to work with someone like yourself in terms of you've got all these, you've fed it and built a program behind the scenes with all your research and everything, which makes, so if I was to pop in, create me a content marketing plan for Bird's Eye View Consulting, it's going to give me a little bit, but nothing as deep as that.
Absolutely. So we've got the research that really connects and provides that useful, helpful information. And the thing about these, it's a large language model. You would have heard that before. It grabs the same information that everybody else has access to and just writes it in a different way. If that makes sense. So what it does with the custom GPT, so my collaboration with AI is that it goes to my research first. It's got the brand, it's got icon. It goes to my research and finds what's appropriate, what we can use there to write whatever we do or create whatever. You can create strategies. You can create new itineraries and experiences based on what people want from that research. And the amazing thing is, as well, is that I'm always researching. I interview travelers all the time. So I'm uncovering more and more research opportunities, experience, product development opportunities, not just marketing, but you can use this to create amazing travel products. And I suggest you tap into the solo traveler market now because I've seen stats they're up to 20% of the travel market worldwide now. So it's a fabulous opportunity to tap into. So you could use this to create solo traveler opportunities, experiences, and so forth. So there's just so much you can do with it. Now, what I will do, so while and I've seen, Suzanne, I've seen it more than 50%. It's funny, isn't it? And it is, I'm not man bashing or anything, but it is predominantly females. You do get male solos, but mostly females. So yeah, so it's pretty amazing. Talk to it like a human. So what I want to do now is segue into my offer, and I'm going to talk about my foundational memberships. It's foundational, which means translates to lifetime membership, because I'm tweaking. And the thing about this program is that I do change it as I learn from these gurus, and ChatGPT changes all the time. Generative AI changes all the time. It's giving us more, I put more things into the travel marketing machine. So back there, I've got a whole list of words and phrases never ever to use in your content, except for hidden gems, and I'm going to slap it for that. Over the wrist. So essentially, it's a step-by-step tailored system for travel and tourism. Before AI came into my world, I had this love affair with AI, enabling me to use all my research that only the really big brands could access before. And you have access to this now to just get running with it. You saw how we came up with those strategies. We can fill them out, we can tweak them, and there's no more guesswork, which is great. So there's 9 components. So what we say that it's a 90-day program. Sorry, yeah, 90 days, 3 months, but you will have access to this forever. So if you implement it as you're supposed to, it takes 90 days to get your first system running. And we go through 9 components. Now, one of the truly amazing things here is that you get your own custom GPT-4 assistant in the travel marketing machine. I hand over the travel marketing machine to you to use as long as it's pretty much forever, and I update that forever. As a foundational member, you will just have that always. So you'll learn about automation, you'll learn the research around high spending travelers, who they are, the different sub-segments as well. You're going to produce experiences, products, and marketing that is different from your competitors, because we know everyone's using ChatGPT, most brands are using, but it's pretty ordinary content, pretty ordinary marketing as we see it. But this is going to allow you to tap into it. And we're going to have coaching calls. We do have coaching calls every single week, where I talk about the research I've uncovered and ways that we can use the travel marketing machine. So you'll learn something every single week. I want to make it very clear. You think the boom is here now. The travel boom is really coming next year. And I know this because I call it the baby boomer boom. I've been studying these guys for quite some time now, so many of you know this, but they have money to spend, they have time to travel. They are generally the travelers will have their mortgages paid off. And the thing about this generation of people is that they've been thinking about their travel dreams for the last 40 years. It's a massively high involvement purchase. They are so excited. So if you can tap into that, it's gold. So we're going to have this between 5 and 10 years now. It's a numbers game. There's a big, massive volume because after World War II, there were more babies born than ever before. And thanks to the contraceptive pill, we will never, ever have this number of people retiring ever again.
So fascinating. Hey, just quickly, Bron, Suzanne just asked a quick question. She already pays for the version of ChatGPT, but does she need the paid version with the program that you run?
Yeah, you'll need ChatGPT 4. It's $20 a month. It's awesome.
I've got it.
Yeah, you'll need this to access the customized GPT.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, even if you're using it for personal staff, it's just a better quality of output. It's faster and you get all the updates first as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, worth the money. So with this foundational opportunity, I'm really transparent with my pricing here. I started with this program back in February where I was selling them at $1,000 just because it was a first. I've been putting it up in $500 increments. So for November this month, it's $2,000 Australian dollars. December, it goes up to 2,500. January, it'll be 3,000 plus a monthly subscription after the 90 days because I need to, there are costs involved into keeping updated and researching so that I can bring all of this stuff to you. And for $2,000, you get access to literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of research. You get access to me every week. You'll get one-on-one strategy sessions. We go through all this every week, but if you need one-on-ones with me, you can do that as well. So you'll get lifetime access to all the updates and tools and enhancements, plus ongoing research. So you're going to be the first to hear about all the trends that I come across. So tomorrow's the 30th, ticks over to December on Sunday. So there's only a couple of days left, but I am true to this. So it ticks over to $2,500 on Sunday because there are people that I've got clients in this price and it's just fair. I can't hold it. So here's my pipeline: research, marketing, to inquiries, to bookings. That's how we work. And it happens quicker than ever before. So I'd love to have you on board. I'm so passionate about this and really passionate about helping you grow because it's possible now to grow faster than anyone before than it's ever been. And we've got the boomer boom in 2025. That'll go for about 5 or so years. So come with me and I think we can all retire in about 5 years.